Welcome to Desai Academy. Welcome to Desai Academy. Today we are discussing about the class 9th first chapter matter in our surroundings. Okay, next topic is the what liquid in the liquid properties. Okay, liquid state. Yesterday in a previous class or a previous video discussed the properties of solid. Right, our next topic will comes here, properties of what liquid state. So next, properties of liquid, what we'll say here, properties of liquid. Collect the following activity for to understand the properties of liquid. First we go through the activity 1.10. So collect water, cooking oil, milk, juice and cold drink. You have to collect all these water, cooking oil, milk, juice and a cold drink. Containers of different shapes, but okay, these water, cooking oil, milk, juice, cold drink. I have to take in a different containers. Put different containers of shapes. 50 ml mark on these containers using a measuring cylinder from the laboratory. You have to take different types of solutions or liquid sets like water, cooking oil, milk, juice and cold drink, and have to take different containers like a rectangular shape and a conical flask and test tubes. Okay, variety of types we can take containers, and in that you have to draw all type of these liquids, water, cooking oil, milk, juice and cold drink, and mark them. Okay, mark them like this as a 50 ml. Okay, so these are the beakers. On that beakers or a containers you can mark up to how much 50 ml. That much of all type of liquids you can add in that all type of containers. Right, next. Okay, what will happen if these liquids are split up into the floor. Okay, split into the, what happens when these liquids are split on the floor? Measure 50, okay, it will flows or not, that you have to observe. Measure 50 ml of any one liquid and transfer into the direct containers of by one. First I have to take all type of liquids in a different types of containers. After that try to split on a floor, and they are easily movable, and we can transfer one container to the next container. They easily transferred from one container to the another container. Does the shape of the liquid remains the same? First is we have taken rectangular shapes of container, means next we taken here in the tube like structure. So in this both cases, so the shape of the container remains same or not, remains same or changes its shape. So first in the case of rectangular, it will be like the water shape, and in the test tube like this. Okay, in this two test tubes the water having what different shapes. It is in a this is a different shape, and this is in that a different shape. This is a rectangular shape and this is a test tube. So in both cases same amount of water is there, but the container shape is what different. So according to the container shape the water also takes the shape, but the volume remains same, but the volume of the water remains same, but the size will be what is different in both case. When you pour liquid from one container to another, does it flow easily? Yes, it can easily flow, correct? So one liquid can transfer into the another liquid, one liquid transfer into another container, that means the liquid easily can flow. It easily flow. Okay, we observe that liquids have no fixed shape, correct? So first point is what first point is that the liquid does not have any fixed shape. It does not having any fixed shape. It means it will take any shape of the container. We can fill it in a container like a rectangular. It will takes rectangular shape. If fill it in a conical flask means it will takes and in a cone means it will also say it takes the cone shape. This is what a cone shape. Okay, cone shape like this. This is called as what a cone shape. It will also takes the cone shape. And test tube. Okay, in which type of container you are adding liquid, in that type of containers it will take the shape of that containers. So from this from this activity, first point is clear that the liquid takes the shape of the containers. Shape of the containers. If we are poured in a rectangular tank means it will takes the shape of a rectangular. If we added in a conical flask, so it will takes the conical flask. If we are adding a test tube means it will take the shape of the test tubes. Okay, first point is clear that the liquids have no fixed shape but have fixed volume. But in which container we are taken here, this is a 50 ml of water means it is a shape is a different. Same amount of 50 ml is taken in a circular plate or a beaker means that also time it having the 50 ml only. In a test tube means in that also having got a 50 ml. But the shape is changing from one container to the another container, but there is no change in the volume, remains as it is. 50 ml means 50 ml, 10 ml means 10 ml, but only changing their shapes, but their volume does not changes. So here what is the conclusion here means the object the liquids takes the shape of an object, but volumes remain same. Remember that it will takes a different shape of an container, but the volume of the sorry, volume of the contains is remains same. They take up the shape of the container in which they are kept. In which container you are keeping, in that shape of the container liquid will takes liquids now and change the shape, so they are not rigid. Okay, what is that? Liquids flow, liquid easily flow. Okay, we can see water is also one type of liquid and it is easily flow from one place to the another place because it is flowable. It is easily movable one place to the another place and it can change the shape. So we are give this several example. For example, when we water kept in a different types of water bottles, they take the shape of an water bottle, so they are not rigid. So like solid, the liquids are not rigid in nature, but they can be called as a fluid. What liquids are called as what? The liquid are called as what? Fluid. Refer activities 1.4 and 1.5. We saw that liquids we saw that liquids and solids can diffuse into liquids. Okay, solids are converting into liquids and liquids are converting into what? Again different types of liquids. The gases from the atmosphere diffuses into dissolved in water. Several gases is there, several solids can convert into solid into gaseous state. For example, ice is what? A solid state of water. When it is heated means it will convert into which state? Liquid state. And gases when like carbon dioxide and oxygen, okay, these are called as what? Gases only. So we can convert into what by high temperature and high pressure we can convert gaseous state into what, a liquid state. That is called as a liquefying the gases with high temperature, high pressure and low temperature. By these two conditions we can compress the carbon dioxide with the high pressure and in decreasing the temperature. Then we can convert gaseous into what, a liquid state. The gases from the atmosphere diffuses it dissolved in water. For example, again water, these gases, especially oxygen and carbon dioxide are essential. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are essential for the survival of aquatic animals in plants. Okay, several types of organisms are living in aquatic, means water. So they will taking the oxygen from the water only. They split up hydrogen and oxygen. They will take the oxygen from the water molecules. All living creatures need to breathe for survival, correct, including human beings. Every organisms need oxygen to survive. All living creatures need to be breathed for survival. For the aquatic animals can breathe underwater due to the presence of dissolved oxygen in water. So we can take the oxygen from the atmosphere. Earth atmosphere having a oxygen in it, so we can easily observe or we can breathe from the atmosphere. But aquatic animals, they will take the oxygen from water, because water formula is chemical formula is H2O. From the water they will take the oxygen. Thus we may conclude that solid, liquid and gas can diffuse into liquids. Okay, so we can convert diffusing, meaning here we can interchange one form to the another form. We can convert a solid into liquid, liquid into liquid forms, again gases into liquid forms. Okay, all three shades can be converted into which form, or we can diffuse it into a liquid form. Solid is diffused into liquid forms, liquid is diffused into liquid forms, and gaseous are also diffused into liquid forms. Remember that all states of matter can be diffused into which states, liquid state. The rate of diffusion of liquid is higher than the solid. Okay, remember that the rate of diffusion of solid is lesser compared to the liquid. Means here liquid having what, more diffusion rate compared to the solid. Means solid having less diffusion rate compared to the liquid state. This is due to the fact that in the liquid state particles move freely and have greater space between each other as compared to the particles in solid state. So here question will comes here, why solids having a lower diffusion rate compared to the liquid? Means because you already know that in a solid all particles are very compactly arranged, correct, but in the case of liquid all the particles are freely moving and they having a lot of space between them, so they are easily diffused into liquid state. But solids are compactly arranged. They have negligible compressibility, they are having a strong attractive force, so the solid does not have faster diffusion rate compared to the liquids. So from this we conclude that what are the properties of liquid? First, they have fixed value, correct, they having a fixed value they having a fixed value. Second one, they does not have fixed shape, and they are not rigid. Okay, they are not rigid and they are called as a fluid. Okay, these are the some properties of water. Properties of the liquid having a fixed volume and they does not have fixed shape, and they are not having a rigid in nature, they are called as a fluid in nature. These are the properties of liquid. And we can add another one, they will take the shape of the container. So this is one point we can add it. Okay, total 5 points we can write from this properties. The first is they having a volume, fixed volume, does not having a fixed shape, correct. Third point, they are called as a fluid, they are not rigid. Fifth one, they take the container shape. So these are the 5 points of liquid state. And also the solid having a slower diffusion rate to the liquids, because in a solid particles are closely arranged, but in liquid they are far away from each other, so they are moving very fastly. So due to that, liquid having more faster diffusion rate compared to the what solid. So in this next class we will continue gaseous properties. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel and share with your friends.